A national transition away from industrial farming systems reliant on fossil fuel-based chemical fertilisers and pesticides to regenerative systems that work with biological processes is critical for addressing climate change, restoring biodiversity, improving public health, and ensuring food security. But this transformation will be difficult, if not impossible, without grazing animals. At the heart of this approach to food production is the use of diverse crop rotations that contain a fertility-building grass and clover phase. These temporary grasslands, or lays, build soil health and break pest, weed and disease cycles naturally. Generally speaking, the only way to produce food from these lays is through grazing animals, and in so doing, cattle and sheep can help support a more circular, resilient and nature-friendly approach to crop production. This approach, alongside the use of regenerative grassland management practices, like more species-diverse pastures and rotational grazing, and the integration of trees and livestock, could also allow us to sequester significant amount of carbon. We also know that grazing, when done appropriately, is hugely important for many habitats and species, as well as for rural communities, cherished landscapes, and, of course, animal welfare. Cattle and sheep fed largely off grass could also provide a significant source of nutrient-dense food from the 2/3 of the UK unsuitable for crop production, making a major contribution to food security. This approach to livestock production does, however, have its critics, with perhaps the biggest issue being around the impact on climate because of the relatively high greenhouse gas and land use footprint of pasture-based systems. However, by aligning our diets to what we can sustainably produce, key to which is ending our consumption of factory-farmed livestock products, we can move to a climate-friendly food system where grazing livestock play a fundamental role. We need to move beyond the current polarised debate around grazing livestock and adopt a more nuanced understanding around the role that they have to play within future food systems, differentiating between those systems which are part of the problem and those which can actively contribute to tackling the interrelated crises of climate change, biodiversity loss and poor public health. Taking this more holistic approach will be absolutely critical if we are to create a more thriving and resilient future food system that works for all.